Have you ever noticed your legs don't feel as strong as they used to? That quiet weakness creeping in, making each step just a little heavier? What if I told you the real cause isn't age itself, but something far more silent? Something happening every single day? Picture your legs as the sturdy pillars they once were, now slowly crumbling bit by bit. That's sarcopenia, the silent thief of muscle mass that sneaks up after 60. It begins as early as your 30s, but after 60, it turns into a runaway train, robbing you of up to 30% of your strength by your 80s if you don't fight back. Thinner thighs, calves that feel like they're sinking, and that heaviness after even a short walk. These are the heartbreaking signs. Standing up from your favorite chair or climbing the stairs becomes a challenge you dread. But here's the spark of hope. You can rebuild. Simple moves like chair squats, leg lifts, or resistance band exercises can breathe life back into your muscles. Feed them well, with protein, lean meats, eggs, fish, and nuts, and move daily, even if just for 10 minutes. Your legs aren't gone. They're waiting for you to bring them back to strength. Now, let's uncover the first hidden reason behind why your legs are getting weaker after 60, the sedentary shadow, also known as the sitting trap. It's a quiet predator, stealing your vitality hour by hour while you remain still. Picture it. You're sunk deep into your favorite recliner, the cushions shaped perfectly to your body after years of comfort. Or maybe you're at the kitchen table, holding a half-empty mug as the morning quietly turns into afternoon. Perhaps you're at your desk, shoulders slouched, eyes fixed on the glowing screen that never seems to rest. Time keeps ticking, and beneath that stillness, something troubling is happening. Your muscles, once firm and eager, the engines behind every stride, begin to unravel. Not suddenly, but slowly and silently, like an old tapestry loosening thread by thread. Even your joints start to rebel, stiffening as if a layer of invisible rust has settled deep inside, making every movement feel heavier than before.
After 60, the danger grows sharper, less forgiving. Each day spent in the chair is another day your legs fade further into the shadows. A slow descent where strength ebbs, balance wavers, and the rhythm of movement grows faint. You've seen the signs, haven't you? They slip quietly into your mornings and evenings like uninvited guests, reminding you that your legs need more than rest. They need rescue. There's that familiar stiffness when you stand, the soft groan escaping your lips as your knees protest the shift from rest to motion. You feel it in the slight wobble of your step, a flicker of doubt as you cross the floor, as if your legs are questioning their own memory. Maybe it's the tightening of your calves halfway up the stairs, or that dull ache lingering after a day spent too still. It's more than physical, isn't it? It's that quiet erosion of confidence, that whisper in your mind asking, "Is this what's left?" Your legs, once your faithful companions through muddy trails, long dances, and endless adventures, now fade into a haze of disuse, waiting for your call to wake again. But here's the unshakable truth. You are not bound by this. The sedentary shadows may have tightened their grip, but you still hold the power to break free, to step once more into the light where your body remembers its strength. All it takes is a spark. Just 5 minutes of movement to defy the pull of stillness. Imagine walking down the driveway to your mailbox, hearing the gravel crunch beneath your feet, the cool air brushing your face as your legs begin to awaken. Or picture yourself in the kitchen, an old song playing on the radio. Maybe Elvis, maybe Ella, as your hips sway, your feet tap, and your body comes alive again, one simple motion at a time. Stretch toward the ceiling, slow and deliberate, feeling the pull through your hamstrings and the lengthening of your spine. That gentle rush of blood awakens your limbs, stirring them back to life. These aren't grand gestures. They're small rebellions, quiet beginnings that plant the seed of strength deep within your resolve. And from there, you let them grow. Make it a daily ritual. Start with just 10 minutes of walking. The sun warm on your neck,
your breath syncing with the rhythm of your steps. Then go a little farther, around the block, through the park, past your neighbor's blooming roses. Each stride becomes a quiet victory, a sign that your legs still remember how to carry you forward. Or maybe, turn it into something more, a dance of freedom in your own living room. Play that old vinyl record, maybe Springsteen's Energy or the soft twang of a country ballad, and let yourself move. Swing your arms, bend your knees, let your heart race again. Grab a broom as your dance partner or invite your grandchild to join, their laughter blending with yours as you shuffle in circles of pure joy.
It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be alive. Awaken your spirit, shake off the stillness, and remind your legs of the countless stories they've carried you through. They were built for this, for motion, for resilience, for lifting you from the ordinary into the extraordinary. Think of the miles they've walked, the dance floors they've crossed, the mountains they've climbed. Don't let them forget what they were made for. Don't let the sitting trap tighten its hold until your memories are all that remain. This is your quiet call to arms, not with fanfare, but with the steady rhythm of your own determination. Movement is both your weapon and your shield. It's your way back to strength. The shadows of stillness may linger, but they are no match for the fire you can still ignite within yourself. Step forward. Move with purpose. This is where the true fight begins. Not against age, but against inaction. Now, picture this. It's midday, maybe after a short walk, a climb up the stairs, or while pacing the kitchen as dinner simmers. Suddenly, your legs begin to rebel. They feel heavy, as if forged in iron, dragging behind each step. Your knees tremble, your calves tighten, and that dull heaviness sets in. You pause, puzzled, wondering what went wrong. The answer might already be coursing through your body, silent, yet relentless. Dehydration. It's not a loud enemy. There's no warning crash, no thunderclap. Instead, it creeps in quietly, a thief in the night, stealing strength from your muscles, slowing your circulation, and leaving you stranded in a fog of fatigue. This isn't just a passing inconvenience. It's a quiet cascade of chaos within your body. Dehydration doesn't shout for attention. It whispers. And that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. As we age, the risks grow higher and the story more complex. Remember when you were a child and thirst struck like a thunderbolt? You'd grab the garden hose or gulp a cold glass of water without hesitation. But time dulls those instincts. The body's thirst signals, once sharp and urgent, fade into a faint murmur easily lost in the noise of daily life. Scientists call it a blunted hypothalamic response, a fancy way of saying your brain's hydration alarm grows sluggish with age. It's like the wiring gets crossed, the volume turned down, leaving you dehydrated without even realizing it. And then come the accomplices, the everyday habits that quietly join the attack. Diuretics are the ringleaders, and they're more common than you think. That morning espresso you savor? It wakes you up while flushing water out of your system. Many prescription drugs for blood pressure or heart conditions act the same way, sending you to the bathroom faster than your body can replenish. Even that evening glass of rosé, the one meant to help you unwind, plays its part in the heist. Add a scorching summer day, sweat evaporating before it even forms, and your losses pile up. Or maybe it's winter, when the dry heat from your radiator steals moisture from your skin and lungs like a silent sponge. Even air conditioning joins the scheme, leaving you quietly parched. Modern life has become a hydration minefield, and the toll it takes is relentless, a slow unraveling of your body's inner machinery. Water isn't just something nice to have. It's the lifeblood of your muscles, the lubricant for your circulatory system, and the carrier that delivers oxygen to every cell. When you skimp on it, everything begins to sputter. Your blood thickens, no longer a smooth-flowing river, but a sluggish stream struggling to move nutrients and flush away waste.
Muscles starved of fluid lose their elasticity. They tighten, twitch, and cramp like ropes pulled too tight. Fatigue drapes over you, heavy and unshakable, while weakness seeps into your legs, turning once sturdy pillars into trembling supports. I've felt it myself. One summer afternoon, after hours in the sun and forgetting my water bottle, I collapsed onto the couch, my legs throbbing. It's humbling how something so basic can bring you to your knees. But the signs don't end there. Your mind begins to fog, thoughts scattering like leaves in the wind. Because dehydration doesn't just weaken your body, it clouds your mind. Sometimes dizziness creeps in, a faint reminder of how deeply connected every part of you truly is. And those painful cramps, they're not random. They're your muscles crying out for help, tightening in protest. I've seen it happen countless times. A friend on a hike, suddenly clutching her calf, bewildered until we realized the truth. She had skipped water for hours, assuming coffee would be enough to carry her through. But here's the silver lining, the bright twist in this story. The remedy is simple yet powerful. Drink. Not just when you're gasping or when your tongue feels dry, but steadily, throughout the day, with purpose. Water is your quiet hero, humble, unassuming, yet unmatched in its power to restore your strength. Make it a habit, a small act of defiance against dehydration's grip. Keep a bottle on your desk, a glass by the sink, a pitcher in the fridge. Make it so convenient that you can't forget. Sip slowly, not in rushed gulps, allowing it to nourish you like gentle rain soaking into dry earth. And why stop at plain water? Add a little flavor if it helps you drink more. A squeeze of lemon to wake up your senses, a few slices of cucumber for a cool, spa-like touch, or maybe a sprig of mint and a handful of berries for a refreshing twist. These small luxuries turn hydration into a daily pleasure. Better yet, let nature help you. Bite into a slice of watermelon, its ruby juice delivering water and sweetness in every bite. Peel an orange, each segment bursting with liquid gold. Crunch into an apple or a handful of grapes or strawberries. Even a wedge of honeydew does double duty, fueling your body and replenishing your fluids. Hydration isn't just about survival. It's the pulse that keeps your muscles alive and your legs strong, the quiet rhythm that powers every step you take. Water is the unseen force that clears the fog and restores your stride. It's the difference between limping through your day and moving with strength and purpose. Head high, legs steady. I learned this lesson the hard way. After that summer collapse, I began carrying water everywhere, treating it as my lifeline. Now my legs feel lighter, my steps steadier, my energy renewed. So don't wait for thirst to remind you. It's a poor messenger. Raise that glass, take a sip, and reclaim the power dehydration once stole. With each revitalized step, your body begins to sing again, and you'll wonder why you ever let such a simple habit fade away. Now, let's talk about another hidden culprit, mineral mayhem, or what I call the silent imbalance. Picture this. You're deep in sleep, wrapped in the calm of night, when suddenly a vicious cramp strikes your leg like a thief in the dark. Your calf hardens into a painful knot, your toes curl tight, and your lower body trembles as if caught in a storm. You jolt upright, clutching the rebellious muscle, wondering what force turned your rest into a battle. The answer lies in the quiet rebellion of two tiny yet powerful elements, potassium and magnesium, the unsung heroes that keep your muscles strong and your legs steady. When these minerals drop below their critical levels, chaos unfolds, and your legs take the hardest hit. Low potassium becomes a silent saboteur, robbing your muscles of both strength and speed. This vital electrolyte directs the delicate rhythm of contraction and relaxation, sending electrical impulses through your nerves like a skilled conductor leading a symphony. When it's lacking, those impulses falter. Spasms spark unexpectedly, your legs tremble with unsteady weakness, and even standing can feel like a gamble. Magnesium, potassium's steadfast partner, is just as essential. It's the mineral of calm, the guardian that keeps your muscles from twitching like restless strings pulled too tight. Without enough magnesium, fatigue seeps deep into your bones. Your limbs grow heavy, and an uneasy tremor begins to take hold, a quiet SOS from a body running on empty. But what causes this imbalance in the first place? More often than not, dehydration takes the blame. It sneaks in, draining your reserves as you sweat through a humid day, forget to sip water during a busy afternoon, or push through a workout without replenishing. Medications can also play the villain. Diuretics, those well-meaning pills meant to flush out excess fluid, can sometimes overdo their job, washing away both potassium and magnesium in the process. And sometimes, the real culprit is much closer to home. A diet too bland, too limited, missing the colorful, mineral-rich foods your body quietly depends on. Processed snacks and empty calories may fill your stomach, but they leave your cells starving for the nutrients they truly need. The good news? Redemption is within reach, and it's delicious. To restore your potassium levels, turn to nature's abundance. Bite into a ripe golden banana, its creamy sweetness delivering a promise of renewed strength. Slice into a juicy orange, its tangy burst flooding your body with vitality. Or load your plate with spinach, those deep green leaves whispering of earthy power and endurance. Magnesium has its own champions. Grab a handful of almonds, each satisfying crunch a jackpot of minerals. Indulge in a piece of dark chocolate, rich and bittersweet, a treat with a hidden purpose. Or enjoy the humble goodness of beans, quiet powerhouses that fuel your recovery one bite at a time. But don't stop there. Water remains the lifeblood of restoration, carrying those precious minerals through your veins, washing away the dehydration that started it all. Drink it with intention, allowing it to flow life back into every cell. And for those nights when cramps strike without warning, turn your bathroom into a sanctuary. Fill a warm bath with Epsom salt. Picture the steam rising, the faint mineral scent in the air as the crystals dissolve. Sink in slowly. Let the warmth wrap around you, and feel your muscles release their tension as magnesium seeps gently through your skin, bringing calm where pain once lived. A gentle tide soothing the storm within. That's what true relief feels like. Add a drop of lavender oil if you wish, and your senses will thank you as much as your legs will. This isn't just a quick fix, it's a ritual, a moment of reclaiming calm and strength. Don't let your body falter for lack of a mineral spark. Arm yourself with these tiny heroes and step confidently into your day. Cramps, be gone. Now let's talk about another hidden culprit. Being backstabbed by your own spine. Your lower back is the silent ruler of your body's kingdom. The steadfast anchor that governs every step, every lift, every moment of rest. But when it betrays you, the rebellion is swift and merciless, and your legs, loyal subjects to the spinal throne, suffer the pain most deeply. A herniated disc, spinal stenosis, or simply the toll of years spent slouching over laptops, steering wheels, or phones, can turn this once dependable ruler into a relentless tormentor. The result is a symphony of suffering. Sharp, searing pain shooting from your lower back down to your toes. Sometimes it's a creeping numbness wrapping your calves like a ghostly veil. Other times your leg gives out mid-step, as if it has pledged allegiance to gravity instead of you. Have you ever felt that unmistakable sciatic sting? That fiery current racing down one side, turning a simple walk into a test of endurance? Or perhaps you've noticed your foot dragging, scuffing the floor like a weary soldier, or your knee buckling under a weight it once carried with ease. These are the cries of a spine in distress, nerves compressed and pleading for relief. Often a herniated disc is the chief culprit. Picture the soft cushion between your vertebrae, once plump and flexible, now bulging outward like an overstuffed suitcase, pressing against fragile nerve roots until they cry out in pain. Spinal stenosis, on the other hand, is slower and more insidious, gradually narrowing the bony tunnels of the spine until the nerves are trapped in a vise of bone and pressure. Their signals become distorted, their pleas unanswered. Or maybe the cause is simpler, something built quietly over decades. The constant hunching forward, rounded shoulders, head tilted toward glowing screens. Bit by bit, your spinal alignment shifts, collapsing under years of poor posture. But you're not without power. The counterattack begins with care and awareness. Start with gentle stretches, small acts of defiance against the tyranny of pain. Lie on your back and pull your knees to your chest, holding them close as your lower spine slowly releases years of built-up tension. Then, sit tall and twist gently, one hand on your knee and the other reaching behind you like an explorer rediscovering lost balance and freedom. Gently coax mobility back into your spine. Support your lower back with a firm cushion every time you sit, a throne for your spine, a barrier against the slow slide of slouching. These aren't just exercises, they're promises to a body that has carried you faithfully through life. Remember, movement is your greatest ally. Stillness only tightens the noose. Stand up every 30 minutes, even if it's just to pace around the room or stretch your arms overhead. Let your spine breathe, your blood circulate. Picture it. A brisk walk across your living room, a moment to roll your shoulders back and shake off the weight of stillness. And if you can, take it further. Step outside for a short daily walk, 10 minutes, 20, whatever your legs will allow. Letting the rhythm of your stride feed strength back into your core. Beyond movement, support your spine in every way you can. Replace that sagging office chair with one that offers proper lumbar support, or tuck a rolled towel behind your back when you're stuck in a less forgiving seat. And when it's time to rest, sleep on your side with a pillow between your knees to keep your hips aligned and protect your spine from midnight strain. A healthy spine is more than structure. It's liberation. It lifts your legs from weakness, steadies your stride, and restores the freedom of pain-free movement. Nurture it with patience, strengthen it through motion, and protect it with care. Your spine, after all, is the pillar that lets every step feel like life again. When your spine thrives, your entire body rises with it, unshackled, upright, and alive. Now, let's move to another hidden culprit, nerve whispers, peripheral neuropathy. Have you ever stopped and truly listened to your legs, only to sense them murmuring in strange, unfamiliar ways? It might begin as a faint tingling, a prickling sensation like static electricity dancing across your skin, or a low hum running through your calves and shins as if charged with restless energy. Sometimes it feels like a slow burn, a flickering heat with no visible flame. Other times, it's a creeping numbness that wraps your feet in a cottony fog, turning each step into a walk across damp, heavy clouds. This is peripheral neuropathy, a ghostly condition where your nerves, those delicate threads carrying messages between your brain and body, begin to fray, misfire, or fall silent altogether. It's a shadow that touches 1 in 3 older adults, tightening its grip over time. The danger grows especially when diabetes or nutritional deficiencies enter the picture. High blood sugar acts like a slow, relentless predator, gnawing at nerve endings day after day, year after year, until they're weakened and worn. Imagine a shortage of vitamin B12 as a cruel famine, starving those fragile nerve fibers of the nourishment they need to survive. They grow brittle, gasping for what once kept them alive. The risk goes far beyond discomfort. Ignore these subtle warnings, and your body begins to turn against you. Balance wavers as damaged nerves fail to tell your brain where your feet meet the ground. Each step becomes uncertain, every movement a gamble, and the threat of falling grows closer. The floor, once a steady friend, turns into a silent foe. One misstep could mean a bruised hip, a fractured wrist, or worse, a chain of weakness that's hard to recover from. But you're not defenseless in this quiet battle. You can shield your nerves with the strength of B12-rich foods. Think of golden yolked eggs, their richness feeding vitality back into your body. Or creamy dairy, yogurt and cheese, smooth, comforting, and full of strength. Fill your plate with leafy greens like spinach, kale, and chard, their deep emerald color promising renewal with every bite. Keep your blood sugar steady by resisting the lure of sugary snacks and sodas, choosing instead wholesome foods like whole grains and legumes that keep your energy balanced. And when it comes to alcohol, treat it like a thief in the night. Too much of it only deepens the damage, pouring toxins into already fragile nerves. When the tingling or burning flares, practice a simple ritual of care, a soothing leg massage. Feel the warmth return under your hands, coaxing life back into tired muscles and reminding those restless nerves that healing is still possible. Picture the tension unwinding, the buzzing fading as circulation begins to hum again. When you rest, elevate your legs on a cushion, letting gravity do its quiet work to ease the strain. But if the numbness lingers like a stubborn fog, or sharp jolts of pain begin to strike without warning, don't brush it off as just aging. Talk to your doctor. These are whispers from your body, faint yet urgent, asking you to listen before they fade into a silence you can't undo. Now, let's uncover another silent culprit: blood flow blues or peripheral artery disease. Have you ever felt a persistent chill settle deep into your legs, a cold that clings no matter how many blankets you pile on? Or perhaps a creeping numbness that dulls your sense of touch, paired with cramps that hit suddenly, like thunder after a long silence whenever you walk too far? These are the mournful notes of peripheral artery disease, a stealthy thief that starves your legs of the lifeblood they need. Imagine your arteries as wide, flowing rivers, once clear and strong, now narrowed by stubborn plaque, a mix of fat, cholesterol, and calcium slowly choking the current. Your legs, caught in this drought, grow weak and weary, burdened by a heaviness that feels like invisible chains. The pain comes in waves, sharp and gnawing when you move, then easing only when you stop, as if your body is negotiating a fragile truce with itself. But this isn't just another ache to ignore. It's a warning siren, one you can't afford to overlook. Left unchecked, peripheral artery disease doesn't stop at discomfort. It digs deeper, turning minor aches into lasting wounds that refuse to heal. The skin grows pale and brittle from lack of oxygen, and even small cuts can become stubborn ulcers. But the danger doesn't end there. Those clogged arteries are part of a vast network, and their burden ripples upward, raising the risk of heart attacks or strokes. Silent killers that strike without warning. Yet even in this shadowed story, there's hope. A quiet defiance you can claim. You can revive sluggish circulation through small but powerful acts of consistency. Start with motion, a daily walk, even a slow lap around your living room. Let your heart work a little harder, pushing blood through those narrow pathways and waking up your legs one step at a time. Hydration is your ally. Drink water deliberately, like a ritual of renewal. Each glass thins your blood, clears away stagnation, and keeps your circulation flowing freely. Cut back on salt, that silent saboteur that thickens blood, swells vessels, and strains the heart. Replace it with herbs and spices that flavor your meals without the harm. Show your legs some care and warmth. Soak them in a warm bath, letting the heat seep deep into tired muscles like a gentle thaw, or massage them to restore comfort and flow. And when it's time to rest, elevate your legs. Prop them on pillows and let gravity guide the blood back toward your heart, easing the strain and restoring calm to your circulation. Wear soft, cushioned socks that cradle your feet and let go of tight shoes that pinch and restrict. Your legs need space to breathe, to move freely again. If the chill, the cramps, or that deep, heavy fatigue linger like unwelcome guests, don't wait for them to take over. talk to your doctor. Peripheral artery disease is a silent thief, but with care and awareness, you can reclaim what it's taken. Your legs deserve to feel alive again, pulsing with warmth and strength, carrying you forward with the confidence of vitality restored. Now, let's talk about another hidden enemy, muscle meltdown, or sarcopenia. Close your eyes and remember your legs as they once were, pillars of power sculpted by years of motion. They carried you through life's adventures, running through open fields, climbing hills, or simply standing tall without a second thought. But over time, they begin to crumble, slowly eroding grain by grain, like ancient stone worn down by years of wind and rain. This is sarcopenia, the silent, insidious thief that sneaks into your muscles after 60, stealing strength and mass with a slow, relentless hunger. It starts quietly in your 30s, a subtle thinning you barely notice. But after 60, it accelerates like a runaway train, capable of stripping away up to 30% of your muscle by the time you reach your 80s if you don't confront it. The signs are quiet, but deeply unsettling. Your thighs begin to shrink and soften, no longer the strong anchors they once were, but fading shadows of their former power. Your calves lose their firmness, growing frail and unsteady. A heavy fatigue clings to every step, even after a short walk, as if your legs are pleading for mercy. Rising from your favorite chair, once effortless, becomes a small battle with gravity. Your hands grip the armrests, pushing against a body that no longer obeys with ease. Climbing stairs turns into a quiet war, each step a challenge, your breath catching as you fight to move upward. It's not just muscle you lose, it's freedom. The freedom to move without fear, to stand tall, to live unbowed. And that loss cuts deeper than the physical. But within this slow unraveling lies a fierce spark of hope. You can rebuild what's been lost. Your muscles aren't gone. They're simply asleep, waiting for you to wake them. Start small, start steady. Try chair squats. Lower and lift yourself with control, grounding your feet as your thighs hum back to life. Add gentle leg lifts, tracing slow arcs through the air as your muscles remember their strength. Use resistance bands to challenge your limits, pulling against the tension as your power slowly returns. And feed those muscles well. Protein is their lifeblood. Fill your plate with lean meats like chicken or turkey to rebuild fibers, golden eggs rich in vitality, and fish such as salmon or cod, filled with omega oils that heal and strengthen. Don't forget the small champions, nuts and seeds, tiny but packed with power. Then move. Step outside for at least 10 minutes a day. Feel the sun warm your skin, the rhythm of your steps stirring your blood and bones awake. If you can, climb a small hill or take a longer route. Let your body rise to the challenge. Rest, but never linger too long. Stillness is sarcopenia's greatest ally. Each morning, stretch your legs gently, feel the fibers lengthen and breathe. Remember, your legs aren't relics of your younger days. They're still here, patient, resilient, and ready to serve you again. This isn't just about rebuilding muscle. It's about reclaiming your strength, your balance, your independence. The simple joy of standing tall and walking confidently through life once more. Wishing you strength, health, and peace always. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Healthy Aging Blueprint, for more guidance on living well at every age.